Hey YouTube, I swear you guys. First of all, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. This is my fourth time trying to shoot this video now. The first time I kind of knocked the camera over. The second time, I kind of dropped something and then it kind of tipped the tripod. I don't know what's going on, you guys. And then I had to call my mom because she was looking for some info. So all the while that was going on, I colored this globe from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I'm just playing around with my super tips and my color pencils, trying to do little bits here and there in the Wonder Room. So when I first started the video, you guys, this globe was not colored. I just did this really quick, but I am going to finish it. It's not finished. I just finished the water. So I'm going to go in and add some shading and some borders for the land areas. And I do apologize because there is going to be a shadow a little bit. So I hope you guys can still see and you still enjoy the video as well. I have my light on above me, like on my ceiling fan, and it's casting a shadow no matter what, no matter how hard. See, it's, but you can still see. So I hope everyone is doing okay today. I am off work, so I thought I'd put up a little video really quick. I'm gonna have my surgery next week, so I won't be putting up a lot of videos just yet, but there will be still some videos. It won't probably be a lot of coloring, or they won't be very long. Like, I know some of these YouTube colorists, their videos, like their coloring chats and things like that, are like an hour plus long. But once I have my surgery, it's going to be on my shoulder, my right shoulder at that. And as you can see, I'm right-handed. I probably won't be coloring for long periods of time like that. But I will still get some coloring in. I'm going to try. I'm actually thinking of doing a fun little video to see if I can color with my left hand. So that'll be pretty fun to try and do once, I recover a little bit from the surgery. So my goal for this book, I want you guys to know, I do plan on finishing it completely. Like, I don't want to leave any blank pages or anything like that, because I want to finish the book, and then I want to read the story to my niece and my nephews. I think that's something they would enjoy. So I don't want to rush through it because, I want it to look nice, and I want them to enjoy the pictures and the sparkle, the pages. I want to make sure I add some nice shine to them. I hope you guys can see this. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit. But I want to add, I've done the title page, and then I've done the name page and the first 4 pages. So now I'm on the Wonder page, and the Wonder Room page. And there is a lot going on this page. Like, for those of you who do not have this book, let me zoom out real quick. That's zooming in. There is so much on this page. And the page on the other side is the exact same way. It's just as much stuff. So I'm going to tackle this one a little bit at a time. I'm going to have a little bit of free time before I have to go to my surgery. My last day at work is going to be Wednesday. And then I have my appointment to pre-register for my surgery. And then after that, I'll have a little bit of free time to color and get a couple videos up. That'll be nice. And I want you guys to let me know what do you guys like? What do you guys like to see other people do on YouTube when it comes to coloring? Like, if you guys want to see coloring chats or color alongs, if you guys want me to go live, like, if that's better than just posting, the videos. If you guys would be interested in watching live videos, I mean, it's whatever you guys want, really. like I said, once I have my surgery, I'm going to have massive free time. So basically what I did for this globe, I basted the water and the continents with the super tips here. I hate that these super tips, they don't, and I know it's Crayola, but you guys really should put like some names on here. But what I'm thinking of doing is, because I'm going to organize and go through all my art supplies too. I'll probably make a video on that as well. But I'm thinking about giving these things some names because I want to swatch them, because I know I'm going to use them a lot in this book. And so I based them. I used this really, really light blue for the water. And this isn't the lightest green. This is like the next lightest green, because I didn't want it to be super, super light, because I took my, what is this? I took my apple green and I went over the whole thing like this. And so it kind of darkened it just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. And, oh, did I forget this little piece here? I did. So I'm going to go back in here with, this is grass green. This is the part I was using back there. I kind of forgot that. Y'all didn't tell me I forgot this little bit of shaded area there. I was supposed to shade that in. So I went in with this because it was like a good, I thought it was a good blend color. So I went in with this just a little bit because, I mean, it's, to me, I'm not very good with, oh, where's the light direction and all that stuff. I put the shading and the highlights and things where I want them to be. Like, it's still, to me, it's still good. It still looks good. I may learn, you know, where, but I feel like if you try and stress too much, oh, where's the light and things like that, that will give me a headache, you guys, and it's not going to be fun anymore. So I feel like, you know, it's my book. It doesn't have to be, oh, follow the light or anything like that. Because personally, I feel like my pictures still turn out pretty good. Even though, you know, to be honest, that the shine and the light, it be coming from all kinds of directions, you guys. It really does. So I'm trying to get this area here. For some reason, I was off a little bit. Okay. So I thought this was a good idea to save a little bit on my pencils. I seen someone doing it on YouTube. They use the super tips, you know, or they use markers to base it, and then they go over it with the pencils. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna try that because, you know, I'm not cheap or anything, but like that'll be really good, especially for my polychromos, you guys. Those things were not cheap. And I'm gonna go ahead, I don't know if I want to add too much. I think I'm just going to add the darkness around the globe. Because this middle one here, it doesn't really need to be darkened on the edge, I don't think. So I'm just going to add it around. And then I'm going to go back in with the middle colored green. I think it was grass green. And I'm going to blend this darker one out a little bit so it doesn't just look like, you know, there's a shadow casting, even though it is. But I want to blend it out just a bit. And sometimes I use my blender pencil and sometimes I don't. But I mean, I like it. I like the Prismacolor, you know, blender, colorless blender. But sometimes it's not needed. Like right now, I feel like it's not really needed. So that's the globe. And I think it looks okay. I might go back in here with this lighter blue and kind of, it looks a little patchy around here, so I'm going to kind of darken it a little bit. Yeah, that looks better. I'm going to darken it just a tad bit. And then I'm going to go in here. So you guys let me know what you want to see. I mean, when I watch other people on YouTube, I know I like to see the coloring chats. And I like when they go through their art supplies. And sometimes I'll set up a whole little, you know, my color books and things like that. And while you know everybody's organizing their supplies. I'm sorry, you guys. That is my dog, Mizu. No, she over here. You know she want to bark at the neighbors. I'm gonna show y'all. Mizu, say hi. She likes to bark whenever someone walks by. So every now and then you will hear her bark. I do apologize. You know, we try and teach her that and no one's gonna hurt you, but she feels like she needs to bark anyway. So every now and then if you'll hear like footsteps or someone walking by or things like that, and she'll bark. But it's funny because she doesn't bark at the kids around here. She barks at everybody else that walks by, and it's the same people. It's the same people that walk by all the time. And she feels like she has to bark. Now, I wish I spoke dog because, you know, you never know. She could be saying, come play with me or anything. And, you know, we telling her to be quiet or things like that. So, she likes to come hang out when I'm coloring too. Like, she'll either lay at the edge of the bed or she'll make it her mission to come and lay on top of my colored pencils. And then, you know, I don't have access to any of them because she's literally laying on top of the case. And, you know, it's okay if, you know, she's not breaking them or things like that. So I let her lay with me and, you know, she likes to chill. So she's not doing any damage. You know, you're not harming me. We're all good. So, yeah, you most certainly can keep me company when I color because it's good to have some company sometimes. So, today was pretty chill. I just did some light washing. Well, not really light. I did like 2 loads of laundry. And I'm not sure what color I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll base it in like a yellow here. And then make it like gold. So, yeah, I did a little bit of laundry. Washed some dishes. Oh, I made, you know, I'm very, very different when it comes to eating, like, for breakfast. Sometimes I don't have a traditional breakfast, you guys. This morning, we had hamburgers, and that was breakfast, and they were good, and I am not complaining. You know, most people is like, oh, that's not a breakfast food. You shouldn't eat that. You should eat more healthy, and I'm like, hey, if I made it at home, and, you know, I didn't put a lot of salt in it or something like that, then to me, it's healthy. You know, I mean, I cooked it. At least I'm not ordering, you know, 10 boxes of pizza. Like, I know some people, seriously, they order a lot of pizza, you guys. And I wonder if I use my fine liners in here, would they bleed through to the other side? Because that's something I'm also trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid bleed through in this book. And if I use my fine liners, I have the Arteza fine liners, and I feel like as long as I don't go over them, you know, and keep going over it and going over it, that it won't bleed through. So I might test that out in the test page in the back. But I don't have my, they're not near me right now. And I feel like if I get up or if I move, that this camera is going to fall, this tripod, and this video is going to be ruined. And I'm 13 minutes in or something like that. And that would be really bad, you guys. I would just be devastated because I was tired of doing this video. I was like, you know what? Maybe today ain't the day to be putting up a video because how many more times am I going to knock over this tripod? How many more times I'm going to get a phone call? You know, just, it was just always something. I was like, okay, this is the 4th take. I hope it goes okay. So, that's the globe. I think it turned out okay. So, what I think I'm going to do once I'm done with the whole page, because I like to add my metallic shines and glitters and sparkles after I finish the whole page. So I'm definitely probably going to add some blue metallic to this water. I think that would look nice. This page is probably going to have a lot of metallics because I see a lot of things that I want to add some shine to. Like this clock. over here, let me see if I can move the book without moving the camera. The clock here, it's the same clock that's on this page here. And so if you can see, let me move the camera, you can see that I added a lot of shine to that clock. And I want to do it the same exact way. So it's going to be the exact same clock. So I'm not going to do the clock right now though. Right now, I think I want to do, let me see, what do I want to do? It's so much stuff on this page and I just want to take it like a little bit at a time. So I think I'm going to do the flamingo picture that's right here by the globe. I think I'm going to do that. So let me just get this set up for you guys. I'm so sorry for all the camera moving. I am going to figure out how to get this perfectly set up, you guys, I promise, because I know some of you don't like it when the camera's moving around a lot. And, you know, sometimes when I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm like, oh my gosh, all the camera movement. And sometimes, you know, it's not the YouTuber's fault. I don't blame them. It's just sometimes it's really hard to find a good camera angle. Like, I know I'm not the only one who be thinking that, because I be hearing some of you guys say, oh, you know, sorry about the camera moving and the camera shaking. And this is my second YouTube video. The first one was easy because I didn't have to move anything around. But this one's a little harder because I'm actually moving around the page. But we're going to figure it out together, you guys. If you have any tripod tips, let me know. And that would be very, very helpful, because I'm not saying that I don't know, you know, what I'm doing. I just want to find the best angle. So what I'm doing right now, because you guys don't see anything on the camera, I'm just swatching out some pinks here for these wonderful flamingos. And I'm trying to see what is the lightest pink, because I have a couple pinks in these super tips. And I'm just trying to find the lightest one that still looks like pink. So I think I found a nice one here. Again, they don't have names. But here's what I'm saying about these super tips. Like, okay, so I'm using this one. This is the one I think I'm going to go with. Either this one or this one here. So this one is this color. And I think it matches the top pretty well. This one is this color. I feel like this one looks more like a skin tone and this one looks more like a pink. But I just, you know, this was my old swatch book. Well, it's not really old. I still use it because I have my ink tint swatches in here. And I have my real brush swatches in here because this is kind of like multimedia paper. But I haven't quite, you know, I have a different book that I use for my color pencils and things. So I'm going to use this pink. I'm going to use the one that I said looks more like a skin tone because that one is lighter. It's the lightest one. So I'm going to use that, and I need to find a Prismacolor that's not going to, you know, look too bad with that. And I hope you guys don't mind if the camera is just sitting there on these flamingos. You know, I gotta find the right colors. So I'm gonna try just regular pink. Let me see how that looks. Oh, that's nice. Okay, regular pink. And then I need something just a little bit darker for the shading. Oh, but you know what? It is a picture, so it really doesn't need to be shaded, huh? We'll see. We'll see how that looks. But right now, let me see if I can find blush pink. I do have the 150 set. Is it 150? Yes, the 150 set for the Prismacolors. So I have all of them. And then what happened, it's a funny story, y'all. Let me get my sharpener here. Give me one moment. Oh no, the camera fell. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. This video, oh boy, I don't know if I'm even gonna put this up. I might cut that out. I might leave it in as a blooper. But I'm sorry. I got up to get my pencil sharpener, and that is what happened. So I actually right now I color on my bed because my table that I have is kind of occupied. It's got my computer on there, and it's not a big table because I thought, you know, hey, it's only going to be my computer on there, so why do I need a big table? And I never thought that I would have, like, all these coloring supplies and things like that, so I got that issue now. But I'm thinking about getting a bigger table, but it's not priority on my list right now. So I'm going to go in with these flamingos. I think they're all pink, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to make them all pink because they're my flamingos and I can make them pink. It's a bit hard to color with this tripod right here, but we're going to figure something out, you guys. I promise. Because for me right now, it's like right in front of me. And see, I don't even know if you guys can see. I'm trying not to color in you guys' way. I'm going to make them all pink. For me, it's a little hard because I'm like over the tripod. It's hard to explain, but I need to find a better angle. I may do a video at my desk to see if that's a bit better, but because the keyboard is like on this pull-out drawer type thing. And so if the keyboard is on there, then I don't have to worry about that. I would just have to like unplug my mouse maybe, or move it to the side, and then I have like all this other stuff that really shouldn't even be up there that I need to move. I need to clean my desk, period, you guys. It's not junky, but it definitely needs to be cleaned. So there's that. So now I'm gonna go in with regular pink, and I don't sharpen my pencils all the way unless I really need to, because I feel like I'm wasting it. Like, I feel like if I can get in there and do it without sharpening my pencil, then it don't need to be sharpened. That's how I see it. So I'm going in with the regular pink, and I'm just doing some shading here. And I'm sorry if you guys hear my neighbors. I have the window open and I'm like right near it, so I do apologize if you hear the noise. I probably should have made this video a little less noisy, huh? But this is the real me, and this is the kind of things you guys are going to hear in my videos. So if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch. But if you don't mind the noise, then I do appreciate you coming to watch and watch all of my fails with the camera falling and, you know, things like that. So hang on, you guys, I'll be right back. I don't know, my phone, I'm recording on my phone, and I thought maybe that it has a pause button, but it doesn't, or it does, and I just don't know about it. But I'm recording on iPhone, so I'm not quite sure if it does have a pause button, but it definitely has a stop button, and I don't know if I can pick up where I left off. And I'm not a good YouTube video editor type of person, so if I stop the video, that's gonna be it for that video. I would have to like do a part 2 or something like that, because I don't know how to restart the video, or you know how like some of them, they be like, oh, I'll be back, and they do all the fancy transitions and things. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff, so what you see is what you get, guys. I do want to try and make the quality really good, if nothing else, because I'm telling you, when some of these people, you know, and it's not just the color tube, it's any YouTube video, they upload their videos, and I don't know if they realize it, but the quality of some of those videos, I was watching one the other day, and oh my goodness, for a minute I thought it was my phone, and I was like, oh, you know, let me change the quality of the video, and then it was the only option that they had was like I think it was 144, and I was like, what is 144? I've never even heard of that like type of video quality. Like, what? I was like, you know, and I meant to ask my boyfriend, what is that? Because the video was just, it was foggy and you couldn't see anything. And I don't know if the person realized it, because they were shooting the video like as if it was the clearest thing in the world. And then they were doing close-ups and, you know, they were showing off stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. No one can see what you're showing off, because your video, the quality of your video is like so foggy. I was like, what are we doing here? And, you know, I really feel like some people just don't know. They don't know that, you know, like, especially if they're doing it from their phone, because I didn't know. My first video was only at, like, I think 720 or something like that. And I was like, wait a minute, I know my phone does, you know, 1080p and 4K and all that fancy stuff. I was like, I didn't know that, you know, I had to put it up on my big screen and see, like, okay, is there, you know, like, can they at least still see? So I did look at that, and I was like, okay, you can see the quality is good. It's okay. But I had to check, because I would really hate for me to had, you know, uploaded that video and thought I was doing something with my first YouTube video, and then turn out the quality is, like, you know, really bad. So that's the flamingos there. I'm still trying to get used to these super tips, you guys. So this page is going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Usually when I get bored of the super tips, I'll go straight back into pure color pencil. Like, a couple of these pages I did with just pure color pencil and, like, you know, gel pen here and there. Are their beaks yellow? Maybe I should do orange, because I don't want it to clash with this little piece of globe right here. So I think I'm going to do orange, and then these little things on the outside will be orange, and or maybe I'll do yellow. Let me swatch out some oranges. I just re-rubber band. I have my super tips rubber band by color. So I just re-rubber band this one, because I don't want to un-rubber band all of them and then have to put them back and color by color and all that fun stuff. Although I have to do it anyway, because I'm going to, you know, swatch them out and things like that. But I only have the 50 count, and I seen the 100 count. I think I was in, where was I? Target. And you guys, I was so tempted. I was like, oh man, that would be nice. But I think I'm gonna wait until, you know, my 50 count gets low, because it doesn't make any sense to, I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense to go and buy a whole, you know, 100 when I'm already gonna have, I already have, you know, half the color. So I'm gonna work with what I have first, and then once I get, you know, appropriately good with them, I guess you can say, then I'll worry about getting a bigger pack. Excuse me. Ooh, I had to yawn, you guys. I did not take a nap today. I normally take a nap. But today I was like, you know, I'm not really sleepy. I don't feel like taking one. And so I didn't take one. Probably a bad mistake, but, you know, I don't think I'm sleepy. I think it's just that, you know, my body's like, hey, I feel like yawning right now, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's what it decided to do. So I'm not sure if I want to do this in parts, like this video in parts, or, you know, if I just want to move on to something else, or how exactly I'm going to do this. I'm trying to see what's the darkest orange I have for the, let me see, what is pale vermilion? That looks like a red, but let me see. Oh, okay, that's kind of dark. Okay, so I'm trying to keep it down to one super tip and then 2 colors for some of this stuff, because it's small, and I'm not the kind of person that'll try to fit like 5 colors in this little bitty frame here. I can't do it, and I'm not going to try and do it. So what I'm going to do here, and once again, sorry for the shadow, you guys. I really hope that it doesn't bother you too much. So I'm thinking make the frame kind of an orangey color. The problem with that is I feel like I would have to add orange somewhere else in the room. But I want the pictures, like the animal pictures, to feel like a jungle type. So I think I'm gonna make the frame orange and the little embezzlements around it, like these little dots and this stuff. I might make that gold or silver, but I want the frame to be orange for sure. So I'm gonna color that. And this isn't a color along, so you don't have to, you know, use the same colors as me, because honestly, I'm not even naming off the colors I'm using. I don't know if I should be, or if you guys want me to. I see some YouTubers, they name them off, and some of them don't. So if you guys want me to, go ahead and put that down in the comments. Like, let me know if you guys want to see the colors I use or the combinations, even from like old pictures. You know, if you're like, hey, what colors did you use for that one picture? I usually remember. Sorry, I didn't know that I was out of frame. So if you're like, hey, you know, I like that combination, or what color did you use, I can definitely tell you for the most part. And then, you know, if I can't, I will let you know, like, hey, you know, I don't really remember. This is kind of weird. There's no, I guess it'll be orange because there's no embellishments there. Yeah, there are some instances where I'm like, dang, I wish I would have wrote that color down, and I didn't. So it's okay, because I think from now on, like, I'm not doing it now because I'm just kind of, I be an Inky butterfly. I don't really, I'm not gonna say I'm not serious about it, but I don't really like write down every color I use. I'm not like, oh hey, you know, I know I'm gonna use this again later, and so, or anything like that. I don't want it to be like, this is like kind of my, you know, don't have to worry about it, the color type. You know, everybody's like, oh, I use less than, what is it? I try not to use less than 4 colors a page or something like that. This book, it's gonna be for my nephews and my niece. So, I mean, it's not for them, but I want them to see it and enjoy it, and I'm gonna read the story to them, and I know they're gonna enjoy it, because especially my nephew. He loves to listen to stories. He loves to read. He can read a little bit, you guys. He's 6. Well, he will be 6. But he can read, and you know, he's gonna love it, because he likes his favorite story. Let me sharpen this pencil. His favorite story actually is Peter Rabbit, and he can actually read that book. And when he read it to me, I was like, oh my goodness, look at my nephew reading, you guys. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so proud of him. So he likes stories, and especially if you read it with like some passion in your voice, and you know, you sound like you're just as excited about it as he is. Oh, he'll love it. And I think that's really good, and I love that about him, because, you know, not all kids like to read. Not all kids like to hear stories. You know, now don't get me wrong, he love him some video games and some YouTube, but he also likes to read, and he also likes to hear stories. He loves when you tell him stories. So I know he's gonna love this one. And even though, you know, like this page, there's nothing on this page for him to read, he'll make a story his own. He'll ask questions about the stuff in the room. He'll, you know, point to it and be like, oh, what's this? And wow, look at that shiny, you know. So I feel like this was a good investment, because I know he'll love it. And I can't wait to finish it. I'm thinking maybe just finish like a little bit. Maybe get through like half, and then read half of it to him. And then, you know, every time I go to his house, because he doesn't live with me, so every time I go to his house, I might read a little bit of it for him. And, you know, I know he'll like that. He'll be really, really excited. So I want to get enough colored, though, so that I don't read like one page and then he's like, oh, that's it. Because I know he'll do that too. He'll be so into it and so excited, and then you know, he calls me Jaja, so he'll be like, Jaja, that's it. You have to read more. Like, where's the rest of the story? And so I want to get enough done to keep his interest, and he don't have to ask me what's going on with the rest of the story. And, you know, so I can't wait for that. I'm going in with some poppy red because I feel like that orange just, it was dark, but it wasn't dark enough. So this poppy red I think looks nice. Like I said, I kind of want it to be a little bit, kind of like jungle theme with these pictures. Make it look like, you know, I think it's her grandpa. Make it look like he was on, like, you know, different kinds of journeys, like to the jungle with the jungle pictures. And he got all kinds of stuff in his wonder room. Looks like he's been everywhere. Oh, excuse me, I keep yawning. I'm so sorry. So I don't know how long this video is going to be because, like I said, I hopped on only because I wanted to test out, you know, the angles of this tripod and see how comfortable or uncomfortable I would be coloring with this thing in front of me. And honestly, I don't think it's gonna work this way. I was working for now. I'm comfortable with it for now, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it that way because it's a bit uncomfortable, just a little bit. I mean, it's not like, you know, it's not gonna kill me or anything like that, but it's definitely a bit uncomfortable. So now I'm gonna do, I kind of want to do these leaves. I'm gonna do them green, but I'm thinking the vines, like the little tiny vines that you see right there, I'm gonna do those silver right along with this border. It's gonna be silver, so I'm gonna just color this gray so my silver metallic pen doesn't leave any, what do you call it? You know how, like, sometimes when you go over stuff with a gel pen and it leaves like an outline, or not an outline, but it leaves like white spaces behind, and I kind of don't really want that. So I'm gonna do these leaves. I think I'm gonna do them the same color, the same green. No, I think I'm gonna go lighter with the green, just a little bit than I did with the globe. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I don't know. I think it might. No, I'm gonna go lighter because I don't want it to clash or anything. So I'm gonna go just a little bit lighter. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna throw in some spring green. Yeah, some apple green, I think. No, apple green is still too light. I think I'm gonna do spring green and what is this color? Is this? Maybe this Prussian green. Yeah, because that's kind of dark, and I'll use that for the darkness. So I'm gonna start off with this. What is that on there? Y'all see that? A little crumb or something. Okay. So I'm gonna do this little green. I hope I don't go outside the lines here because this leaf is so tiny. And I guess it's okay. Everybody's like, oh, it's okay if you go outside the lines. It still looks good, but sometimes it bugs me a little bit. Not for long, but it will. Like if I go outside the lines by accident or something like that, it'll bug me for a second. Like, oh, wow, how'd that happen? And I have it happen a lot, but it's not a big deal. Sometimes I can be just a bit over dramatic when it comes to certain things. So, yeah, there's a little white spaces, but I don't want to create streaks or have it go through the page. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because if this stuff goes through the other side, I'm going to be so sad. And I probably wouldn't even use super tips in here anymore. So I'm trying to do it lightly so we don't have that problem. And honestly, I'd rather go outside the lines than have this bleed through on the other side, because no one's going to be looking that hard. And this is for me, my niece, and my nephews. So I know they go outside the lines more than I do. You know, so I'm not complaining, and I'm not worried. I just don't want it to go through the other side, because I feel like that'll make the book look, you know, not bad, but it won't look as good if you got, you know, a big old green leaf coming through the other side of the page. And the other page is like, you know, that those nice earth tone colors. Let me show you guys real quick. Let me zoom out. Wow, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So on this page, I have, let me move you back. I have, you know, I got the nice earth light. I don't know. You guys see I have the nice browns and silvers and, you know, like the things like that. So I do have some paper that I put on the other side. But if it goes through this green, y'all know that's not going to look right. So I really hope that it don't go through. I'm sorry about the camera again, you guys. I just want to make sure that we all together in this. We all in it. Okay. So now I think it's pretty much dry for the most part. I'm going to go in. So I have another set of Prismacolor. My first set was like a 24, I think. And so I took that and I put it in the case with my new ones. And then the colors that was in there, I put it in the 24 tin for backups. So I was like, I already started using these colors, so it didn't make any sense to, you know, cast them aside and they're already been used. So I put those in my new one. And then I put the newer colors inside the tin for backup. And I think that's a pretty good idea, because otherwise I would have never gone back to those things unless I just like really ran out of a color or something. For some reason, I go through a lot of the true blue. So when I got the 24 set, I'm just going over this. When I got the 24 set, that was like that one, and I think there's another blue in there, but I forget which blue. But it was like the only two blues in there, so I used it a lot. And now with the 150 set, and then I have my polychromos, you know, I'm not blowing through the blues like I was with my first set of Prismacolors. I'm telling y'all, I was blowing through them. I was like, oh man, I'm going to run out of this. I'm going to have to, this is before I got the 150 set. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to buy another true blue because I'm already blowing through it and I don't know what to do. It's already like more than halfway gone within, like, you know, and I didn't have my polychromos at the times either. I only had my Arteza pencils. Did I have? Yeah, I had my Arteza pencils, and then I had I don't think I went up too high with that, but it's okay. I had my Arteza, and I had my Crayolas, which I don't use that much, but I need to get back into them because I kind of miss them a little bit. And I don't use the Artezas that much anymore either. I need to test those out in this book to see how they work. And you guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I can talk all day long and I can ramble all day long, which is good for coloring chats, I guess, but occasionally I'll be talking about something and I will change the subject or get off topic and totally forget what I was talking about to begin with. So I'm sorry if you guys are like, well, you were just talking about this and we wanted to know, you know, how that went down, but you didn't finish the story or something like that. And I apologize for it. I do. Because I can't help it. And, you know, sometimes, like, if I'm talking too much, I have to tell my boyfriend, okay, you have to tell me when I'm talking too much because I don't want to talk your ear off or talk somebody's ear off. You know, we'll be outside somewhere or something, and I'll just be talking away. And I mean, it's good to talk. There's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you can talk too much. It's definitely possible. So those are the leaves. I think that actually is going to turn out really pretty, especially with the silver. So I'm going to go in with the lightest gray. And that's another reason why I wanted to get the 100 count of super tips, because I feel like the two grays I have, neither one of them is really a light gray. They're both dark. So I'm going to use the lightest gray I have in these things here. And I'm going to go in. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want it to be a dark, because if I put this gray on here, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it that way. Because if I put the gray on there first, it's going to be like a dark shine. And I don't want it to be a dark shine. I want it to be a bright shiny. So I'm not going to do that. So that's going to be left the way it is, because I also want to add some shine to the feet. The little feet. I'm going to add some orange or yellow sparkle to that, and then around. So I'm going to leave that white and come back to that. And so let me see. I think I'm going to do a few more things, and then I'm going to end the video, because this is supposed to just be, you know, testing to see how the tripod and the camera angles work. And you know, you guys, I already dropped the tripod. That was kind of embarrassing, but you know, it happens. So I'm trying to see, what should I do? I think I'm going to do, let me see, maybe I'll do the picture with the turtles. Did y'all see that up here? Maybe I'll do that. I think that would be nice. Zoom in on that a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll be cute, because I want to do the shells like kind of a brown, and maybe, yeah, I think I'm going to do the shells brown. Maybe different shades of brown, but I don't know. That might be too much if I add different shades of brown, because I have the Super Tips. They came with some nice browns. So that is one thing I like. The 50 count, I think, came with like 5 browns, 4 or 5 browns. So I'm just testing out some browns here, see which one I want to use. I think I'm going to go with this medium colored one. This is more like a, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to base everything in Super Tips. But, oh boy, you guys, this stuff, it may not look small on the video because I'm zoomed in. But if you have this book, you already know. And I think that I'm trying not to mess these shells up. So far, so good. I don't want to accidentally color their little feet, because I think I'm going to do those brown. I mean, not brown, green. There we go. I did it, y'all. Okay, so I missed the spot. All right, so I managed to do it. Good job. And once it dries, I hope it dries a little lighter than that, because it didn't look that dark on the paper when I did it. But it's a little darker on this paper, so maybe I'll shade it with some black, or we'll see. We'll see when it dries. So I'm going to add some green here. I think I'm going to make those guys green. Just let me see what color green. This would be nice for the frame color. I want to use this Super Tip right here. This color is so nice, and I want to use it for something in this page. I just don't know what, but not those turtles, because I might use it on the frame of the turtles though. Maybe the background. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to make it the background. But I think in the next video, well, before the next video, I'm going to test out the Arteza Real Brush pens, you guys. And if they don't bleed through, I mean, not the Real Brush, the fine liners. And if they don't bleed through, they gonna help me out with some of these small details, because like this little guy, he's so small. This guy is so small, and I'm so scared I'm gonna mess him up. And I have to, like, I think I messed him up already a little bit, but you know, they're just so small. Like, what they want me to do? It's okay. They okay. I don't want it to bleed through, that's all. So I don't want to go over it too many times. But there. But yeah, like Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, I just want to have fun in this book, because there's so many different little bits and bobs and things like that. I'm gonna do this background. I'm gonna try. There's so many bits and bobs in this book, and I'm like, I wanna learn how to color everything. So I feel like this is a good book to practice in. you know, you don't have to worry too much about, oh, like, even though I see some people who make some amazing work with this book, but I feel like this is one of those books where you relax, you grab a cup of coffee or something, and you just unwind and you use whatever colors you want to use. I posted the last page I did in the color book group that I have on Facebook, and my mom noted, she said that she wanted me to add more color. So I told her in the next one I would add some color. So here I am, you know, adding some color here. I hope she likes this one. Shout out, Mom. You know, so I think I'm gonna do that border, the outside of that picture, maybe gold. I think this one should be silver too, actually. I think that would be nice. And then I'll add like some silver dots on the backs of that, because like I said, y'all, I want this to shine. I want my nephews and my niece to be impressed when they see it. I really do, because I know they'll love it. So maybe I'll take a light gray. That way can't leave any light spots with a light gray, right? And I'll just color that like that, and I'll do it that way because I don't want it to be dark shine. I feel like if it's a nice light shine, then we'll be all right. We won't have to worry about, you know, oh, you can't really see it, or it's too dark, or it looks dull or something like that. So if I add a gray, then that'll be cool. And I know it looks flat and weird now, you guys, but I'm telling you, let me tell you, this page, this one here, I was almost ready to give up on it because I didn't know, you know, I was like, I am tired of these colors and things. But once I added the shine to it, I thought it looked great. I was like, okay, you know, and then I this is another one that I was just done with. I didn't know what colors I was going to use or nothing, but I added that shine to it, and it looks beautiful. At least I think, you know, I was like, okay, the colors, it actually turned out well, you know. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with her, and I think it turned out pretty good. Now, this next one I messed up and added so much glitter gel pen that the glitter is just everywhere, but it actually looks nice. It actually goes with it. So, I learned to not worry about what the page looks like now, because I know it's going to turn out great in the end. And to be honest, I'm so glad I'm doing this on camera, you guys, because sometimes this stuff can get overwhelming. It really can. And I'll be sitting here and I'll be coloring and I'll be like, oh my goodness, this is a lot going on. This is so many, you know, this is so much going on for one page. And I would not be able to sit and do this, probably. I mean, I'm not sure, but I really think that I would not be able to sit here and, oh, you know, let me just sit and knock this whole page out, or let me just, you know, I feel like it gets overwhelming sometimes. It's like, whoo, it's a lot of stuff on this page. Okay, I need a break, and then you go into another book or something like that. So what I did, and I thought that, well, to me, I thought it was pretty smart. I went in every color book that I have, and I flagged the next page that I'm going to do in that book. Whether it's a new page or it's a page that I need to finish. But I flagged it, and I said, okay. I said to myself, you're not allowed to do anything else in this book until you finish this page. Or until, you know, pretty much, yeah, until you finish this page. So, whether it be a work in progress or something like that, I can't pick another page. The pages have already been flagged, so those are the pages that I'm going to do. That's pretty much how I set it up for myself. So, I think I'm going to cut this video here short. I've been going pretty much for an hour now, and I may do some stuff off camera, and I may not. But comment below and let me know what you guys think. If you think it's going well so far, or you know what you want to see, how the video looks to you, camera angle, sound, all that. Let me know early, you guys, because I don't want to be doing something and I think it's, you know, I'm doing good and I'm not. and you guys can't hear me or you can't see or something of that nature. So comment down below and let me know, you know, the improvements, anything like that, because I believe this channel is going to be great. I believe it's going to be informative. Hopefully you guys can take something from it. I'll learn something from you guys. Just let me know what you guys are expecting, all that in the comments below. I'm pretty open. You know, as long as you're not being super negative and super nasty, I'm pretty open to anything, you guys. You guys can tell me, you know, anything you feel like is a suggestion or would be helpful. Let me know. So I'm going to cut it short here. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I think now they have this thing where you hit the bell, like if I'm going live or if I'm posted a video, it'll notify you. So I thought that was cool. So I've done that. I went back and done that for a couple of people I'm subscribed to, because honestly, I don't like scrolling through the history and, you know, finding new videos and all that stuff. So go ahead and hit subscribe, the bell, and the like button, and I will see you guys with my next video. And thank you for watching.